Uh, I basically believe that in an anarchic structure like the international system, and some listeners may wonder what I mean by that when I talk about an anarchic structure. Here we're talking about a world where there's no higher authority that sits above states. Uh, that in a world like that, where you cannot be certain about the intentions of other states, and those other states may have significant military capabilities. The best way to ensure your survival is to be the most powerful state in the system. Because if you're in an anarchic system where there's no night watchman, where there's no higher authority, if you get into trouble, if another state comes after you, there's nobody you can turn to for help. This is why we call international politics a self-help system. States have to protect themselves because, again, there's no higher authority. The system is anarchic. Uh, and this means that you don't want to be weak because if you're weak, you're taken advantage of, or at least there's a serious chance you'll be taken advantage of. And no state wants to be taken advantage of. It, and certainly if it's to the point where its survival is threatened. Uh, my favorite example to illustrate this is China. And the Chinese were very weak from the 1840s to the 1940s. And this period is referred to as the century of national humiliation. Why is it the century of national humiliation? Because the European great powers, the Japanese, and the Americans took great advantage of China. They did terrible things to China. Why? Because China was weak and it was vulnerable. And there was no higher authority that China could call on to rescue it.